Hello, COSEM local chapter facilitators and state coordinators. My name is Lindsay Frank, and I am one of your regional directors for the Central and Western United States. On behalf of COSEM, I'm going to share with you resources to help you get your local chapter or state chapter started. So how we will explore this is I'm going to focus on the local chapter first for our facilitators, then go into the state chapter coordinators. Okay, so let's get started. I'm about ready to share my screen with you. And what this screen is going to be is of a folder that should be shared with you. If you don't have access to what's called the chapter organization folder, please let your regional director know so that we can get you access. As you take a look at this folder, it's organized in a particular way. The first few folders up at the top are your main folders for communication at the larger level. So after those main folders, you'll notice that there's a folder for each state, or will be a folder for each state. You will be creating this as your local chapter. So for example, if you are a new local chapter in Illinois, then you would create your own local chapter folder in that folder. I know it seems like a folder inside a folder, but again, if you need support with that, let your regional director know. So step one is you need to go to the local chapter facilitator guide, which is the very first folder you will see. Inside this folder, you really only need one document at this time, and that is this local chapter facilitator checklist. Basically, the rest of the documents within this toolbox are all linked to the checklist. So on this checklist, you will notice that there are different steps to follow. So your regional directors are listed up at the top. You have your initial chapter setup and steps to follow for that. Now, if you are a local chapter facilitator who has already been involved and you have your local chapter established, you might get some more ideas here. So it's not just for new chapters, okay? And this can also be a good cross-check each year that you have your chapter. You also have resources here to prepare for your meetings. So for example, an example email template, you have your RSVP form already created for you. You just need to make a copy of it. If you would like different slide templates, sample agendas, different ideas for local chapter meetings, and any publicity information. You also have the tax exempt letter if you needed to make any purchases for like food or giveaways, and also the link to the membership promotion ideas and information, I should say, at this time. You also have how and when and what to do when you're hosting local chapter meetings, whether it's online or in person, and then what to do after the meetings. Something special that has been added are this last step here where you are going to be connecting to your state coordinator or the regional director if a state coordinator is not at your state currently or in your state currently. So this form just lets them know how many people came, what the topic was, and what supports you need. Going back into our main Google folder here, that's really all you need for our local chapter facilitators, okay? But what I do want to mention is with our new expansion that's happening with COSEM, we created some new communication structures, and that's what this tool is. You will find this in both the facilitator and coordinator folder. So how this tool is used is just so that you know who to contact and what really the roles and responsibilities are. So this first column is for our local chapter facilitators. So we are all tier 2 membership levels. We organize and facilitate at least 4 local chapter meetings. You would maintain communication with your attendees and members, and then also promoting membership and connecting with your state coordinator, as I mentioned that form earlier, which is linked here. As a state chapter coordinator, you are also a Tier 2 membership. You organize and facilitate at least 2 meetings for the local chapter facilitators in your whole state. And then checking that form connection with your local chapter facilitators to see how you can support them, promoting membership, and then also being in connection with your local chapter or your regional directors. As a regional director, we are also Tier 2 members. We organize and facilitate meetings for the facilitators and the coordinators as a mentorship structure. So there might be different resources or trainings that we will be sharing with you as well. And then we have our executive director, which is Tracy, and what her roles and responsibilities are for COSEM. You can find contact information on slide 2. You can also find contact information on the checklist, and you will also have the contact information for all of the facilitators and coordinators available inside our main folder once we gather everybody's information. Coming back to the chapter organization folder, I would like to share with you the state coordinators information. So inside this folder, you'll notice very similar pieces. You automatically have the local chapter facilitator guide because you would like to know what they're doing as well. But then you also have your own information down below. Again, the main thing you need is the checklist. You'll find that it's a very similar structure as the facilitators, but what your roles entail. The biggest thing here for you that is a little bit different is that you will be checking the form responses for your local chapter facilitators to see how you can support, but also you have access to see when somebody outside of COSEM submits an interest participation form so that you can let your local chapter facilitators know to reach out and grow their chapter. Okay, so that's what this is, and there's screenshots on how you can set up those notifications so that you get an email when a form is submitted. Again, going back to our main folder, so chapter organization folder, you will also see the logos and photos, any meeting minutes for our larger meetings. So when the facilitators and state chapter coordinators are together with the regional directors, our meeting minutes will be housed there along with our resources and slides. And then the regional directors folder is for the regional directors. The last piece that I'd like to share with you is our new platform that we're using called Mighty Networks. And this is where you will have access, once you're a Tier 2 member, to have networking groups with local chapter facilitators and state coordinators. So you will be invited to the appropriate group or groups, so whatever chapter you're needing, and if you are in the state chapter coordinators group or the local chapter meeting facilitators group. Okay? So with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I hope that is helpful, at least to give you your next steps. And if you have any questions, please reach out to your local chapter group or the regional directors, because we are here to support you, okay? Have a great rest of your day, and good luck with your chapter. Thank you.